Hi, this is M.Betts. I'm presenting for assignment 3, talking about good presentations. Um, First, I'd like to start out with presenting the idea or the reason for the presentation or PowerPoint that's given. If an idea is too broad or too much, starting out with a small idea or breaking it down into smaller topics is much easier. For example, if presenting about iPad apps and other things you can do with an iPad, that's a very broad term. A good example would be breaking it down into iPad apps for math or for science or for language. If you're able to give multiple presentations, this is a great way to do it. If not, using a table of contents in the beginning is helpful, just so that the viewers know what to expect during the time. And using things that aren't as distracting. So to the right, I have a example of something that may be a little too distracting for a presentation with a large or small audience of any age. They could become distracted by a man wailing his arms while you're trying to speak to them. Like I said before, breaking large topics into subtopics is helpful so that the viewers are not overwhelmed with a lot of information all at once, or information not relevant to specific things. Keeping something very visually clean, making it appealing to the eyes, using consistent text and fonts for the whole presentation and for your whole PowerPoint. It keeps the flow moving. It keeps the viewers able to follow along. Using a dark colored background like the one right here on the right is a little bit harder, so it might be harder to read if the background is very dark. Use simple text colors. Stick with black if possible. Using bold print rather than maybe a different font or a different color to emphasize important phrases or words or things that you want your viewers to really focus on. Keeping slides to minimal text is helpful, and using more speech. So when presenting, have maybe just keywords on the screen and really go into depth in conversation with your viewer, so that they don't feel like they need to read the computer screen the whole time. For example, back to using iPads, is if this was the topic. You can see to the right, I have some images of a playground, a school bus, and some dogs. These images are not relevant to using iPads or iPads in general. So trying to keep images on topic and using images that relate to whoever's listening to your presentation. So maybe using videos or pictures of real life images that are happening in your school or in your organization, with students that they may know. And using text and using pictures with transparent backgrounds so it blends into the side, it doesn't stand out very much. The school bus is a good example of something without a transparent background. It just kind of sticks out a little bit more than the other ones. And that's it. Thanks so much.